Good day and good evening if you're in another part of the world. We're so glad you could join us today for the quarterly chapter SIG leader meeting. Excited you're here. My name is Stephanie Concoy, and I am the Americas chapter SIG leader liaison. So glad you could join us. Having trouble changing slides here. Please forgive me. Today's meeting, if I can, there we go. Anne-Marie Stouffer is here. She is the EMEA APJ Chapter 6 liaison. We've got Karen Stevenson presenting today, President, Vivit Board of Directors. We also have Tammy Young presenting, Vivit Director, overseeing the chapters and SIGs. Of course, myself. And we also have Mark Herbert, Vivit Director with Education. Just a little bit of housekeeping. Today's session is being recorded, and it is a live session. We will make the slide deck and the recording available to all the leaders after today's meeting. If you have questions as we go along, please type them in using the questions pane in the webinar control panel. Here's a picture of the GoToWebinar control panel that usually appears in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. To submit a question, make sure the questions pane is expanded and type in your question and then click on send. So let's get started, and I'll pass it over to Tammy.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to go over our agenda for today. We've got our Vivit strategy, chapter SIG leader roles and importance in the virtual summits and how to sponsor a session or contribute, HP Discover Barcelona details and some links for you, HP marketing contacts. We're going to go over some updates with that, leader updates and how do they help you, EMEA award nominations, new SIG leader welcome, membership model and repopulation. We've got a little news for you on that front. And HP Business Enterprise sites for events. We've got some updates with that, some exciting stuff with that, and then of course our Q&A. So some updates. There are currently 15,800 members worldwide, 75 local user group chapters in 26 countries, 17 virtual special interest groups, and over the past 5 years, Vivit has successfully changed, grown, and adapted to align with the new style of IT. Our Vivit members are considered thought leaders in the industry and have a passion for leading and participating in the conversation. And that has never been more evident than this past June at the HP Discover in Las Vegas. The thought leaders definitely are making a difference in the conversation. Next slide. So Vivit's strategic focus.
Tammy?
Yes.
Am I supposed to jump in here?
Yes, if you would, Karen, thank you.
Okay. So, hello, my name is Karen Stevenson, and I'm the president of the board of Vivit. And so what we wanted to do with the SIG and chapter leaders was make sure that you are informed of what we as a board have been working on for a strategic direction of Vivit. So as Tammy said, Vivit is growing. We're now up to 75 chapters in 26 countries. That's pretty amazing for me. When I started on the board, I think we had 30 chapters in about 10 countries. And as she kind of talked about, we have grown the special interest groups up to 17. What we have done is kind of we're converting to what happened in the economy, where more and more to get away, to participate, people attend webinars, and we're using that delivery mechanism through our SIGs and our special interest groups to bring people together from around the world in the conversation. And so when we talk about our strategic plan and our strategic focus, we always focus on the 3 pillars of what Vivit is all about, which is community, education, and advocacy. And what we really find where we really are the niche player, we have, as Tammy said, 15,000 people around the world as members of this community. What we find is we are a niche player. While we're not extremely large, we are extremely smart. We call ourselves the best and the brightest, the individuals who can put these enterprise solutions together and utilize them as best practice. So we're about community, but we're also about really collaboration and the conversation. And so as we talk about our strategic focus, really, as we talk about that conversation where people get together, what we've done over the last 5 years, not only have we built upon our physical chapters and started these things called virtual SIGs, but we've moved our website and to a new platform, a social media platform called yourmembership.com. In addition, we've integrated into the HP software communities. So what we are doing is driving as a strategic focus to create a place where people come together, and we're calling that a community platform. In that community platform, people can talk about things like the latest hot topic. They can talk about things like HP software products or third-party products, industry trends, or business problems. All of us in the new style of IT face challenges every day about how to change, how to grow, how to switch. And Vivit on our community platform is a place where those conversations can happen. And we see inputs into that conversation from product managers, partners, practitioners. There could be the HP transformation team. We have now started to engage the HP fellows who work for HP Labs as strategists, and then us as thought leaders. And what we hope is the virtual SIGs are a mechanism where those conversations can happen. And what that will drive for us is revenue. As chapter and SIG leaders, you might not be so aware of this. Only a part of our funding comes from HP. We are an independent user group. So the 3/4 of our funding comes from self-funded activities related to what is called our Vivit Engage program. So the outputs also will develop this community platform. You're going to see digital content. We'll have growth in membership. Most importantly, we'll have membership engagement. And what this really does then is drives and ties down to our physical chapters. It can provide speakers, it can provide content, it can provide parts of the conversation. So for us, this is a strategy, and this is where we see ourselves going as a community platform, utilizing our, again, physical chapters as a foundation and continuing to grow our virtual SIGs. And you can go to the next slide. This kind of represents a little bit more about what we're doing now this year. Every year, as we know it, if you've been in IT for a while, you become a little jaded and cynical. There's a circle, there's a cycle. Right now, the big conversations are what we call game changer topics, depending on what your specialty or what your area of interest is. And those, for us, those 4 big game changer topics are big data, converged cloud, mobility, security, and privacy. And what we've really worked for over the last year is actually to start SIGs, special interest groups, in these areas. And we have those SIGs today, and we have thought leaders in the industry actually running those SIGs. And so what we're going to be doing is what we call a Game Changers pilot. We're going to be doing it actually as a virtual summit, which I believe we're going to talk about. But we will also at some point hopefully do this at the physical chapter level as a physical roadshow that might be coming to your physical chapter in either North America or EMEA. So if you'd like to go to the next slide. So as part of our strategy, I'll start this, and then Tammy, if you want to say anything at the end. So we're really creating right now what's relevant in 2013 and 2014 is we're creating a community platform, and our focus is going to be on game changers. And so what we're going to do is really, it's a pilot. We're doing 2 virtual summits in November on these topics. What's new about this is that not only is Vivit going to be engaged, but we've brought in, as I stated, the HP Fellows to help kick off with keynotes and discussions. And then what we hope to see is your engagement as SIG leaders and as chapter leaders, that you can participate in this new model and find its relevancy. We do believe that it's an opportunity, again, to host the conversation where top experts and visionaries in the industry come together to talk about relevant topics. And so with that, I'll turn it back over to you, Tammy. Is it Tammy Young?
Yes, thank you, Karen. Thank you so much. So I think you can see this is this game changer idea that we're working with HP on is quite exciting. So if you were at the HP Discover in June, or if you've had a chance to even review that material, as Karen discussed with you, those big 4 game changers are what we're grouping these virtual summits around. And so we're joining with HP to hold 2 live worldwide virtual summits. Mobility and Cloud will be first on November 6th and 7th. Security and Big Data will be on November 20th through the 21st. Now these super summits will be kicked off by HP Fellows. They're giving keynote presentations. They're sharing strategic insight from HP Labs. They're going to hold Birds of a Feather sessions, again led by HP Fellows. And there's lots of opportunity to be in that conversation, lots of Q&A, lots of ideas sharing, out-of-the-box thinking, really exciting stuff going forward. And registration has begun for these summits. Can we flip to the next slide? So we want you guys to be involved, so your companies have a chance to sponsor one of these super sessions, which is really exciting. They're 45 to 60 minutes long. Your company gets to drive that conversation with the IT community. You've got an opportunity here to have HP hear what the IT community is, your issues around these big 4 game changers. So there are company benefits that I want to make you aware of. Your company logo is featured in a variety of the event media. There's email blasts that go out to the Vivit community and to HP Expert One. There's banner ads, there's newsletter marketing, and there's even more. We provided this link, and this presentation, of course, will be posted on the Vivit website in the usual place. So please check that out, or you can contact Rocky Pisto, and he's our Vivit Global Engage Coordinator. Now there are 12 spots, and believe it or not, these things are going very fast. The lock-in date is September 15th, but if that's a little short notice for you, I'm sure if you can work with Rocky to get that sponsorship in. Can we go to the next? This is another slide that gives you a little more in-depth knowledge about the Vivit Community Blasts. The size of the Expert One database, that's 650,000 people strong. So those banner ads as well, I believe the next slide has a depiction of where those are, and the sponsorship fee is only $5,000. So here's Rocky's phone number and another link to his his email. So,
Tammy, can I jump in for a second?
Absolutely.
So what's really interesting about this model, is interesting for two reasons. From a sponsorship opportunity and or from just a participation perspective. What we're really doing for the first time is bringing the three-sided market that Vivit serves together in an opportunity. And what that means is not only are we using Vivit's resources and mailing database, but we're using HP field marketing teams, HP Expert Ones, and we hope that if a sponsor participates and buys a session, that they'll want to also market to their user list. And so what this provides as an opportunity, because we're creating this platform to have the conversation, is for some of our smaller third-party partners the opportunity to hit a database of a very large database of the HP software community that's never hit before. But also, from an engagement level, we now have the opportunity to have that many more people engaged in the conversation than we've ever had before. So again, we're just 15,000 very smart users, but now we might have the opportunity to talk to 700,000 other people we've never talked to before. And so it has great marketing potential for those third-party sponsors who are out there looking for good ways to use their marketing dollars to hit a large audience. But us, as a Vivit community, it's astounding because we'll now be able to talk to so many other people and get them engaged in the conversation. And that's all. Back to you, Tammy.
Thanks, Karen. Can we go to the next? So this is what a depiction of what the landing page would look like, and of course the sponsorships would appear there to the right in that blank column under sponsors. So this gives you an idea of what your sponsorship logo is going to look like on that landing page. And I believe the next slide is a depiction of the banner ad for that website. Game changers, the dates. Can we go to the next? So in line with those big four game changers, we'd love for everyone to have the opportunity to register for our HP Discover Barcelona. If you haven't done so, please do so. We're going to be able to make connections with peers, meet experts, share your best practices face-to-face, which is always the best way to do it. Grab some inspiration from the industry leaders. If you didn't have a chance to go to the Vegas Discover, definitely plan to go to Barcelona, because those industry leaders come out in force, and you know, you get touch time and hands-on time. It's fantastic. A deep dive into technology lets you get your hands on how to bring HP solutions to your environment. Join the HP president, Meg Whitman, as she discusses new technology and innovations in the way businesses and governments operate. It's going to be at the FIRA Barcelona Convention Center. If you haven't been online and looked that up, you should. It's a spectacular environment. And we have Mark, our Board of Directors Chair for Education, and he would like to give you a little further information regarding Barcelona. Mark?
Thanks, Tammy. Hi, everybody. I just wanted to briefly mention, in conjunction with the Vivit event, or excuse me, the HP Discovery event in Barcelona, that we are trying to run 3 or 4 roundtable sessions. And for those that have been to Discover events in the past, you'll know that the roundtable discussions are more informal, more intimate, if you will, than the breakout sessions where you're actually sitting around the table with the facilitator of the conversation to talk in more detail about specific HP software products or solutions or topics. So what I'm asking of the leaders around the world for Vivit, especially those that may be planning to attend HP Discover in Barcelona, is to consider hosting one of these roundtable sessions. And you know, the topics, we can discuss the topics. You know, ideally we'd like it to be geared towards those game changer topics that Karen and Tammy have already mentioned, but we're willing to be somewhat flexible with the topic there. But nonetheless, we're looking for volunteers to potentially host some of those roundtable conversations and share your knowledge, and also just facilitate conversations among the attendees of those roundtable sessions. So if that's something you think you can help with, or members of your chapters or SIGs could help with, especially those, again, that are thinking about going to or already have made plans to go to Barcelona anyway, please reach out to me and let me know what you might be interested in doing and how you might be interested in helping with that. So we'd really appreciate it. And that's all I really had on that topic. Thank you, Tammy.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. So definitely consider that if you're attending Barcelona. Thanks for that consideration and helping us out with those roundtable discussions. That's okay. Go on to the next one. The HP marketing contacts, just wanted to throw up a quick slide and let you all know that that has been, spreadsheet has been expanded quite a bit. There's a lot more marketing contacts available for you out there on our website. So in the Chapter Leader SIG area, the group, it's under Group Pages, and HP Marketing Contacts is right there at your fingertips. So make sure that you get in contact with some of the marketing contacts in your area. If there aren't any listed in your area, let us know. We want to keep this up to date and let them know that we maybe are falling short in a certain area. So that list is definitely expanded, though, from the last time that you looked at it, if it's been a few months. So next slide. Leader updates. This area is more information. It posts leader updates, monthly leader updates from both Americas and EMEA APJ. It also has blog activities. It's information for you guys, so you can see you know, what's going on a monthly basis. Can we see the next slide? So it has quite a bit of information posted, as you can see in this area. Your EMEA award nominations, which we're going to talk about in a minute, the mark your calendars, the quarterly leader meetings, times and dates, Americas and EMEA. So we post this for your information, to give you a quick, at your fingertips kind of glance at what's coming up, what's happening currently. but we would like your feedback on this area. Is this helpful to you? Are you using it? Is there something that's not here that would be helpful to you? We'd really like your feedback for this area because we want to make information as readily available to you as possible and as user-friendly as possible. Make your job easier. Can we see the next? So I'm going to let Anne-Marie tell you about this.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Yes, the EMEA APJ Award nominations for 2013 have opened on September the 3rd. And, well, we'd like you to nominate the people that are doing a great job for Vivit. The leaders, we've got 3 awards again for this for Barcelona. It's the Leader of the Year, it's the the Champion of the Year, and the Speaker of the Year. So please nominate the leaders, and please share also these dates with your chapter and SIG membership. And we are looking forward to read all the nominations and meeting the winners. So next slide, please.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. Thank you. So I'd like to welcome the new SIG leaders and chapter leaders. Thank you so much. You're our backbone. We learn so much from you. You know, we meet with each one of these people before they actually become leaders, and it's fascinating. Absolutely love talking to them and hearing more and more and more about how HP products and systems are used. So these people have joined our ranks since the last quarterly meeting. If there's a chapter or SIG leader that is not on this list, then I don't believe your information has been completed. So please get with us and do that. So I'm going to try not to mispronounce too many names. If I do, please forgive me. It's not on purpose. So Arnon, Bornstein, Westbury, HP, Service Management SIG Leader, Todd DeCapria, Agile SIG Leader, Philadelphia Chapter Leader and Performance Engineering SIG, Wade Morris, HC, SC Dallas Chapter Leader, Bishad Shiki, Tieto, Sweden, AB Sweden Chapter Leader, Vinu Cherokee, Ulta Salon, Chicago Chapter Leader, Josh Galdi, Keynote, Silicon Valley, Norcal Chapter Leader, Megan Shelton, Nationwide, Performance Engineering SIG, Terry Sims, American Safety Insurance, and we had so many we had to have another page. I love this. Go to the next slide. William Sheridan, Advanced Marketplace, Chicago Chapter Leader and Minnesota Chapter Leader. Douglas Vaughn, Iowa Chapter Leader, IT Quality Control and Analyst Lead, the Principal Financial Group. And Jim Haskins, the U.S. Federal SIG. So welcome. Please let us know if there's anything that we can do for you in the coming months as you get up and running with your new SIGs and chapters. We wanted to talk to you a little bit today about our membership model. We're actually changing the model. Our current membership receives emails once a year. I know you remember if you've been in the Vivit for a while, getting those once a year emails to renew your membership or opt in and update your profile. Now you'll still be getting updates for profile requests, but in the future, membership is once you opt in, you would need to opt out. in order for your membership to end. So what we think this will do is it provides more convenience for our membership base. You don't have to worry about renewing your member. Oh, I forgot. You don't have to renew that membership. You don't have to remember to do that. So it also, we believe, will increase our membership because there's no need to renew. You would need to opt out. It will help identify inactive members because when we send those member profile updates, any of those emails that bounce back would be suspended or put into a suspended status. So that will help us keep our numbers current. We're going to be on a 6-month process cycle for analysis, and membership count, as I said, would be more accurate. Can we go to the next one? So, HP Enterprise site. There's some new stuff on that Enterprise site that that pertains specifically to Vivit. It sort of allows us to get a Stephanie, you'll have. I'm going to turn this over to Stephanie because she's going to have to walk you through it.
Yes, and we were going to give them a live demo, and I had my computer completely shut down, so I'm not able to show them. Okay. And so if we could move on in the presentation, if we have time, we can come back and show them. But we wanted to basically show you what we do prior to your events, how we help promote them, and what we do to follow up to promote them as well. So, for example, we post on Twitter and LinkedIn. But also this link that you're seeing on your screen goes to the HP Enterprise Business Solutions site. And so we promote it via all 3 of those avenues, social media. And then if you should, so when I follow up or Anne-Marie follows up, we always say if you have slide decks to post to your chapter page or a webinar recording, slide decks, we also put that on social media too with the link. Oh, did you miss, for example, the Iowa chapter meeting, or the webinar recording link for the HP Service Management SIG is here. And we do, again, all that on Twitter, LinkedIn, and the HP Software Enterprise Business Solutions site. So we wanted to kind of show you that, and hopefully we'll be able to come back to that. So I apologize that we're having some technical issues on my end. So is there a next slide after that?
Yes, I've just put it up. It's the questions page. I can see questions coming up. But
okay, so if you have any questions, be sure to type them in the questions pane, and we would love to hear any feedback you have about Karen's presentation, the virtual summits, what's going on within Vivit, any questions, concerns you have, please, we'd like to hear from you. Is there any questions, Anne-Marie?
yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Okay.
But then it's on my screen now, I suppose. Well, maybe I can. Well, I think there's not really any questions, so I think we're at the end of the webinar or at the meeting at this point.
Okay. Well, great. I just wanted to thank everybody for their time today. I'm glad you could attend. If you think of anything, please email myself or Anne-Marie or Tammy. And if it's questions about the virtual summit, please contact Rocky. And Karen, thank you, and Tammy, thank you, and Anne-Marie and Mark for presenting today, and thank you to all the leaders who joined us today. We're so glad you could, and I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.